I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make Reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Haley, Landon, Maizie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi guys, I am here with Maizie, and we are a few days late on this video. This was supposed to go up on Tuesday. I was going to film it when I got home from work on Tuesday and upload it by Tuesday evening or Tuesday night, but some things transpired and I'll get into that in a minute. But we are here with Twin Tuesday, albeit a little bit late. And we are twinning with Maci over on Nicole's channel, My Reality with Nicole. And I will link to her Twin Tuesday video in the description of this video. So today we are, well, for Twin Tuesday this week, which we haven't done Twin Tuesday in a long time, but I know that at Christmas we both sent each other some outfits to use for Twin Tuesday. And I think I also have some other outfits that she had sent me earlier last year that's also for Twin Tuesday, that I don't think we got a chance to go through all of them. So I need to try and go back and watch those videos so that I can write down which outfits we still have to do. But this is one of them, and this is the Child of Mine Made by Carter's, which is the Walmart brand Carter's, 0 to 3 months, fleecy sleeper, and it's like a mint green, and it has llamas all over it, and it's a zipper sleeper, and the feet have little llama faces on them. And I'm going to pair this with this beautiful soft, oh, it's super soft baby blanket that Paula gave me 2 Christmases ago, and it's got embroidered no problema, and it has a mama llama and a baby llama. They're like a beige color, and they've got like these little decorations on their necks, and there's a little heart embroidered in between them. And the blanket itself is white, and it's trimmed with this really nice kind of like a coral color fur trim. And then I'm also going to give her at the end this little llama teething ring that Paula gave me this past Christmas, because it actually matches the pajamas perfectly. It is a mint green rubber sort of teething ring, and it's got this cute little plastic llama on it. Carrying on with the llama theme, Maizie is also already wearing a llama outfit that's sort of like a light blue color with white stars and this furry llama on the side. And this, I believe, is also a Walmart brand Carter's, I think. Let's see. Yeah, this is a Walmart brand Carter's outfit as well. And I think Nicole and I did this one as a Twin Tuesday at some point last year. But back in, I think it was back in March, Paula, Marilyn, and I went out on a little doll day, doing some shopping, and Maizie came with and wore this outfit, and she's been in it since. So it is time to change her. I wonder if I should get some baby wipes to dust her with. Oh, she's not too bad. So anyways, while I'm changing her, I just thought I would chat with you guys. this video might not be the most cheery video, and I apologize for that, but I just thought I would come on and first off tell you why this video is late and just chat with you guys about it, because I haven't really done like chat videos like this in a while. So anyways, I'm going to start this off by saying, for those who have been around on my channel, like have followed me for years, you may remember this information. It's been a few years, I think, since I talked about it. But I'm going to just, you know, if there's any new viewers that don't know about it, I'm just going to sort of recap anyway. So I first want to start off by mentioning, for those who don't know, my cousin Brittany passed away at the age of 16 from cystic fibrosis, and that was back on April 27th, 2006. Now, she has a older sister, and her parents, my Uncle Ron and Aunt Julie, they have always been very special to me. They are my grandparents. They are my godparents. And prior to them having children, because I was the first grandchild in the family, and so before they had children of their own, they really did a lot with me. They would take me on outings. I remember once we went to, I don't even know what it was, some kind of like children's festival, where they had Pokeroo from the Polka Dot Door. And I actually got lost at that event because I saw Pokeroo and was so excited to meet him that I like walked away from whatever we were currently doing. And next thing I know, it was such a busy, crowded place. Next thing I know, I could not find my aunt and uncle, and anyways, I ended up in the office of whoever was running the show, and they put like a thing on the loudspeaker, found my aunt and uncle, and they ended up, I do believe I did end up going to see Pokeroo, and they bought me this little stuffed Pokeroo, and they did things like, took me to the movies sometimes, just did a lot for me, and I really looked up to my Uncle Ron as a father figure, because like my mom was a single parent, and I just really admired my uncle. He was a police officer for 30 years, I believe it was, for the Ontario Police Force, for the OPP. And he was just like a very family-oriented guy. And when my cousins were born, they still were very much involved in my life. Sometimes as my cousins got a little bit older, we would have sleepovers together at my aunt and uncle's. And when my cousin Brittany won a trip to Disney World, my uncle invited my mom and I to go with them. Now, mind you, the trip that they won was only for a family of 4, so my mom and I would have to pay our own way. Well, my mom being a single parent, she could not afford to send both of us. So she sent me with them by myself, like with my aunt and uncle, and I just am so thankful for them taking me. I don't know if my uncle pitched in to help pay for me to go or not. That I don't know. But it was just wonderful times and memories with all four of them. And then, like I said, my cousin Brittany, she was born with cystic fibrosis. She passed away at the age of 16 in 2006. And so this past April 27th was the 17-year anniversary of her death. Like, I can't believe it's been 17 years. And she would be turning 34 this coming August, if she was still alive. But so that was like a devastating loss for our family. Attending the funeral for a child is something I never thought I would have to do in my life, and it was just terrible. On top of that, my aunt and uncle have had their own health struggles. So my aunt had to have a kidney transplant because she has kidney disease, and it runs in the family. So her siblings all have it, and I believe all of them have had kidney transplants. And so my aunt had her kidney transplant, I think it was like a couple of years before Brittany passed away. So anyways, I think it was around the beginning of 2019 that my Uncle Ron was diagnosed with colon cancer, and it had started to spread to his liver, and he wasn't having any symptoms or anything, which is the shocking part. And it was just that he was going for a routine colonoscopy when they found it. And he was diagnosed at stage 4, and we were shocked. But somehow, miraculously, the treatments started working, and he was actually doing really well. And we actually were really hopeful that he was going to beat this, because it got to a point that I believe they were able to remove everything from the colon part of the cancer, and then from there they were targeting the liver cancer, and it started to shrink, and then it stopped growing. And so we were really hopeful, because I think at that point they were not even considering of stage 4 anymore. And he actually was able to stop chemo for, I feel like it was at least a year or more. He was doing really well. And then I can't remember how long ago it was now. It might have been sometime in the summer, this past summer, that it started to come back again. And this time they found cancer in the lymph nodes, and then they were starting to treat things again, but then they found that he also had spots in his lungs. So he started chemo again, and it just was not working. Nothing was working. And so I think it was about a week before my grandmother's 90th birthday, which I have a video on my channel here where you can actually see a little bit of my Uncle Ron in those videos. He was the one sitting to my grandmother's right in the videos. But a week before, he had started a new type of chemo where you have to get IV version of it and then pill version of it, and you have to do both. You can't have one and not the other with this new kind. And he had a really, really bad reaction to it that he ended up in the hospital for a few days. And so they stopped it for a while to give him a break, because he also ended up getting E. coli, who knows from where, but so they were treating that. And anyways, we got to have a nice time together at my grandma's 90th birthday. And then since then, things started going downhill. Basically, he was told that if he tries to go back on the chemo, they would have to do a lower dose to see if he tolerates it. And basically, if he does it, he might get a year. And if he doesn't do it, he might get 6 months. This is what he was told. I think this was going back a few weeks. And so he was trying to decide what to do, I guess. Anyways, my mom and my Uncle Chris and I went to visit my Uncle Ron and Aunt Julie on April 21st, I believe it was. Yeah, April 21st. And we went down and were surprised to see my cousin Jessica and her wife Kara was there as well. And so we really had a nice time, a really nice visit. But I could tell my uncle was not well. I could tell he was starting to get a little bit of jaundice, which is inevitable if you have liver cancer that's progressing rapidly, you know, when your liver's affected, you get jaundice. So I could tell that was starting. And anyways, we had a nice visit though, and I'm really glad that I was able to go with them. And I don't know, something in me felt as we were leaving to go home that might be the last time I see my uncle. My mom was saying on the way home that day, I really hope that we'll get to see him again really soon. Like, I hope this isn't the last time we see him. And I just didn't want to upset her or anything, but I had this bad feeling. There was just something in the way that my uncle said goodbye to us that day that seemed different than usual. You know, like most times when we've had a visit and we say goodbye, we hug and we say bye, and you know, we say it was nice to see you, we'll see you again soon, or something. But this time, when we hugged to say goodbye, he hugged me what seemed like a little bit longer than usual and said that he loved me. And I said I love him. I said it back to him, thank God. And all that. And then we left. My Uncle Chris, my mom and I, we left and we went to dinner. And anyways, the week that followed that, things started to go downhill really quick for my uncle. And so this past weekend, they toured a hospice center. My uncle wanted to go right away. This was on Saturday. And unfortunately, they didn't have a room right then and there for him. So he went home. Anyways, he was getting really bad. Apparently, he was having a lot of confusion, hallucinations, things like that. He was not well. He was in a lot of pain, and he needed IV pain medications. But I just want to back this up to say, this is my Uncle Ron in a nutshell, guys. On Thursday, so like a week ago today, he knew that my cousin Jessica, like his daughter, they were dealing with a leak in their basement. And he was insistent and determined that he wanted to go to their house and fix this leaky pipe. And they all kept telling him, no, don't worry about it. Like, you're in pain, you're not feeling well, don't worry about it. We'll get it taken care of. It's okay. We'll hire someone to fix it. Like, don't worry. But this is my Uncle Ron. Like, he was Mr. Fix-It. He was the go-to in the family. If you needed any kind of, like, handiwork done, he was the one that would help you with that. And he was so good at all of it. And he was, like, a real perfectionist with it. He had to be really meticulous with everything. If you guys remember, he came and fixed my doll shelves that were wobbly. He came and put them in, like, so much better. And he also installed some of my new wall shelves. He just always likes to help people, and that's who he always was. And so he insisted to go and fix this, because he's like, I know I can fix this. I know I can. And I really think that was just him knowing, like, things, like, his time was coming, and he just wanted to make sure that his daughter was okay. Like, they just, you know, he cares about everyone so much, and he's an amazing father. So that was Thursday. He was really, really sick after he did it, but he did it. He fixed it. So anyways, I believe it was Monday, he was rushed to the hospital because of the pain. And thankfully, they were able to get him a room in hospice. And we really thought that we would have a little bit more, like, we would have a bit more time. Like, at this point, he was saying he didn't want any visitors or phone calls or anything, but we were hoping once he got settled in hospice, like, maybe he would change his mind and we'd be able to see him one last time. But unfortunately, he was not in hospice very long. At 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning, he passed away. So it's been a rough couple of days because, like I said, like, I loved my uncle, and he was just such an amazing person. And it just breaks my heart what him and his family have had to deal with over the years, between losing a daughter, my aunt's kidney transplant. And by the way, while my uncle was battling his cancer, my aunt's health declined as well, and she now needs a second kidney transplant. But she cannot be put on the kidney transplant list for, I think it's another few months, because she ended up having a skin cancer spot on her scalp and needed surgery to remove it and radiation and stuff. And so she has to be deemed cancer-free for 2 years before she can be put on the kidney transplant list. And so far so good, and I think she just has a few more months left until the 2-year mark, I think, because I believe she had her surgery the week after I turned 40, and I'm 41 now, so I guess like the end of this year will be the 2-year mark, I think. But in the meantime, she's having to go for, like, dialysis 3 days a week. But with the dialysis, she's doing a lot better. But it's just not fair because they're such good people. My Aunt Julie worked for many years in the school board. She started off as an early childhood educator, just like I did, working in daycare. And then eventually she worked in the school board, and she ended up working with special needs children, mostly autistic. And like I said, my uncle was a police officer for the OPP. And he was loved by everyone. He had such an amazing sense of humor. He was so funny. He made everyone laugh. He just was a real goofball. He loved fart jokes. Just an all-around amazing person who didn't deserve to go through all this stuff. And my heart just breaks for my aunt and my cousin, and our family. Like, it's just, it's not fair. He was such an amazing guy and very special to all of us. He has to be the most selfless person I've ever met. He did everything for everyone. Everyone came first. Family, friends, anyone that needed help, he was there. And he never complained. He just was an incredible person. I'd actually like to read something that I wrote about him. Just give me a second. So he was only 64. But anyways, this is what I wrote, and I just wanted to share it with you. My Uncle Ron was one in a million, a very special man. He was kind and helpful to all. He was an amazing son, brother, husband, father, uncle, and policeman. He was a big goofball, jokester. He never failed to make me or anyone else laugh. Excuse me. He was very strong, brave, and selfless. When I was a kid, he would crawl around with me on his back like he was a horse. He'd bounce me all around till I fell off and I laughed till my belly hurt. He would tickle me like crazy, making me laugh till my face hurt. He used to have a stuffed Ziggy dressed as Santa Claus, and he would bounce him up and down by his hat, making these goofy do sounds that made me laugh every time. Him and my Aunt Julie took me to the movies, to meet Pokeroo, and to Disney World, which I am forever grateful for. He was there for me during my health issues. Like when I first started having my health issues in 2002 with like the hives and everything, which we now think was probably my first lupus flare, although it went undetermined at that time. Sorry, I went off course there. So he was there for me during my health issues, such as driving me to the ER. He helped us hang shelves in our apartment. He was a real Mr. Fix-It and a perfectionist too. He was always there to help no matter what and without any hesitation or complaining. He had a real knack for doing a French accent, which I put in brackets, if you know, you know, but I'll elaborate here. So my grandmother is French, and so my uncle would just tease her sometimes by like saying like little things in French with like a weird accent, and his big one was saying oui, but he would say it like ouais. He would be like weh. So that was that. When I opened a business bank account earlier this year for the business I'm starting up, he surprised me by sending me $20 to put in my new account, telling me he hopes I can add more zeros to that soon. Always thinking of others. I looked up to him so much and I loved him dearly. And the one thing I'm going to say before I read this next part, this is one of the first things that came to mind when I first learned of Uncle Ron's passing. I am comforted. He's no longer in pain and is reunited with his daughter, Brittany. I will miss you, Uncle Ron. Until I see you again, I hope you're dancing with Brittany. We have 2 incredible guardian angels now. Love you, and so long for now. I just immediately envisioned like him being reunited with Brittany. There's this particular picture that came to mind where my Uncle Ron's dancing with Brittany at her grade 8 graduation. And he looks like such a proud father in that moment. And I just pictured that. I just pictured him being so incredibly happy to see Brittany again. So anyway, sorry this video is a bit sad. But I wanted to come on to make this video to tell you guys about it, and just doll therapy, right guys? Doll therapy. I thought it might be good for me to change a baby, and now I can spend some time cuddling her, because that doll cuddle therapy really helps. And so yeah, my uncle is being cremated, and again, thinking of all of us, he didn't want anything too fussy. He didn't want anything big. He just wanted a 2-hour visitation at the funeral parlor. So that's what we're doing. And it will be on May 16th. So anyways, here's Miss Maizie. She's looking super cute with her little rattle. Let's try to end this on a good note. So she looks super cute with her, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. So we just get her with her llama outfit. You can see her little llama teether, llama outfit, and this adorable llama blanket that I love so much. It's so, so, so soft. But let's get a closer look. Okay, so there we go. There is Maizie. Miss Maizie. So you can see her outfit close up with her little teether. Super cute. And yeah, guys, I think this video ended up being a little longer than I wanted it to. So don't forget to check out Nicole's channel, My Reality with Nicole. Subscribe to it. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel. I don't post videos as frequently as I used to because life is hectic and busy with me trying to start my business. But I am hoping that maybe in the next month I can figure out a manageable schedule of videos, because I do have a bunch of video ideas that I want to do. We are going to a doll show on Sunday, so I'm going to try and film some of that for you guys, hopefully. And yeah, so stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. Sorry, it was a bit of a downer, but you guys that have been with me for years, I wanted to share it with you guys. So, and just kind of get it off my chest. So that's it for this video, and I think I'll probably insert a couple of pictures of my uncle at the end for you guys. I especially love this one of my uncle giving me I believe it was my very first baby doll, Christmas of 1981. I was a year old. And then I'll put a couple of other little pictures in here as well. Or I may overlay them while I'm talking in this video. I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.